World champion Magnus Carlsen and challenger Fabiano Caruana have been hitting hard, but so far neither player has buckled and the scores are still level after 10 games. 2 classical games still to play. Will one of them try to push for a decision, or are they going to be content to drift into the rapid play tiebreaks? Let's find out. A surprise at the opening of the game. The previous world title challenger in 2016, Sergei Karyakin, played the ceremonial opening move. Magnus Carlsen opened with his e-pawn and Fabiano Caruana went for his favourite Petrov defence. The world champion chose a steady line leading into an endgame quite quickly. In other words, he was continuing his match strategy with white of trying to squeeze out a very slight advantage with no risk. But he took this to an extreme by simplifying into a dry endgame of opposite colour bishops where he might have had an extra pawn, but the winning chances were very slim. Caruana defended confidently and understood the drawing method. Carlsen conceded the draw after 55 moves.
When I play something in the opening, he plays fast, I think, and it's a draw, then that's usually not perfect. But no, he's been very well prepared so far, and I haven't gotten much with white. Those are the cold hard facts.
Okay, Fabiano, what are your thoughts going into the next game, the last game?
What can I say? It's going to be a tough game. It's at this point the tension is sort of at its peak. But if I knew what would happen, I would tell you.
Magnus was really trying to squeeze blood from a stone in this endgame. It's pretty dry, but there were a few tricks here. So we're close to the very end of the game here, and Magnus tried one last thing. He played pawn to f5. Now, if that's taken, then white just blocks that pawn. That prevents the pawn moving, and then there's no way for this bishop to come back to take this pawn. So the h-pawn just rolls through to the queening square. So that's one little trick. But Caruana played bishop b1. Of course, he'd foreseen this defense. So if pawn takes pawn, pawn recaptures and the bishop defends this pawn, and there's no way through here, no way through this blockade here as well. So the extra pawn is meaningless in this position. But Carlsen again tried one little trick here. He played bishop here. Just a waiting move to see whether Caruana would take here. And then Magnus can push on again. And of course the pawn wants to roll all the way through, and if pawn takes pawn, king takes bishop. And that's winning for white. But Caruana didn't take, and he simply played here. And that maintains this drawing position. If king takes pawn, then bishop takes pawn. And there is absolutely no way through for white. So that was a draw. Curious game, because Magnus went in for this opposite colour bishop endgame very quickly and could have kept more tension. Maybe his eye is already on the tie breaks. There's just one game to go. Game 12. Fabiano Caruana will have the white pieces. How hard will he push in that final classical game? Or will he be content to go for the rapid play tiebreaks?